All right, the Vikings versus Ravens preseason 2026 game is over, and there was a lot of conflicting things. Let's get into it. So I got some good moments slash players, some bad moments slash players, some just general thoughts that I had. So we're going to be kind of jumping around here. First thing, JJ McCarthy was taken out of the game really early, and I'm not sure why. He played a quarter and a half. I would have figured he would have at least played, half of the game. He probably should have played like 3/4 of the game, but apparently he was wincing on the sideline afterwards. So maybe he's injured. It's not confirmed yet, or at least that I know of. But if he wasn't injured, taking him out of the game was completely ridiculous. And as for how JJ McCarthy looked, it was, usual JJ McCarthy, some really good moments, some really bad moments. He went 5 for 10 passing, which is a 50% completion percentage, 81 yards with a 77.5 quarterback rating. And he did have some moments where he looked more patient, which is obviously an issue he's had, but sometimes he was also being too patient, and the issue of him just throwing every ball 90 miles an hour is still an issue. On, I believe, the first drive of the game, we were in the red zone after a deep bomb to Ty Felton after he avoided a sack. That was a great play. Ty Felton absolutely mossing that Ravens DB. Just cold-blooded. Absolutely loved that play from JJ McCarthy. But then in the red zone, he overthrew Ty Felton, and I believe he was trying to get it over the defender's arm in front of him. But if you do that, you have to throw it slow. You have to put some touch on it. You can't, arc a fastball. He should have sidearmed it or just put some touch on it. And then after that, on 4th and 1 or 4th and 3, I don't know, it was 4th and goal. Miles Price was absolutely wide open, no pause, in the end zone, and he overthrew him. Now, yes, Miles Price is like 5'9", which is really short for a receiver, but I mean, that's not really an excuse. He should have, he even jumped, and I'm not sure he even got a hand on it. Don't really remember, but that was bad. That was really, really bad. He should have hit that 10 times out of 10. And it's like the same issue as last season, where it just seems like he can make all these super difficult throws and throw all these bombs downfield. But when it comes to a screen pass, to a drag, to a slant, to an out, he just can't hit his receivers. And I am still a JJ McCarthy believer. However, like I said, I have to call a spade a spade. He did have some bad moments. He had a nice 20-yard connection to Deshaun Jones, which was called back by a holding. Again, making the difficult throws, but not the easy ones. And then as far as the running game with specifically Damon Claiborne, who I think a lot of us wanted to see a lot more of in this game, he was taken out at around the same time as I think at the same time as JJ McCarthy, which is unfortunate, especially because he was not able to get going at all. He had 8 rushes for 18 yards, but the offensive line just was not blocking for the life of them. Really would have liked to see Damon Claiborne actually have, like a realistic chance at busting one. But I mean, there's only so much a running back can do when the offensive line is really bad. Towards the end of the game, Deshaun Jones had a good catch on 3rd down that gave us the conversion, but ended up fumbling. But he also had a phenomenal, 50-yard catch in JJ just threw it into, I think it was JJ, threw it into double coverage, and he came down with it. Just a great catch. So, some ups and downs for Deshaun Jones. But on offense, in the red zone, we just seemingly could not get into the end zone. I believe we were in the red zone twice, and we got a field goal. And, should have had a touchdown with JJ McCarthy to Miles Price there, but we all know what happened there. Now, as far as the defense, they played absolutely great. They played absolutely phenomenal the entire game, but especially in the first quarter, it felt like we were super duper close to getting a sack on every single play, pretty much, at least passing play. On the very first play, I think, or no, first pass of the game, Tyron Ingram Dawkins was so close to having a sack. He caught the jersey, didn't quite get it though. The pressure, like I said, was great. Austin Theory style. Lots of different people getting in there. Chaz Chambliss just blew through the running back on a play and almost got a sack. He had a nice third down stop. A big hit. Loved what I saw from him. We only got one sack the entire game. It's just like we just kept getting so close but couldn't finish it by Kenny Dyson. I believe that's his first name. I'm not 100% sure, but Jacob Thomas had a really good hit on a third down, but it got called back because of some penalty. And then the next play almost had an interception. Bo Richter had a nice pass breakup. Big Citrus was really, really close to breaking up a pass. I think he might have gotten a finger on it. It was weird to see him dropping back in coverage there. Carson Wentz looked great. He looked competent. He was running the offense great. Knew what he was doing. Looked calm, cool, collected. He went 9 for 11 passing for 92 yards with a 101.5 quarterback rating. Overall, just really liked what I saw from Carson Wentz. And honestly, I think right now, Carson Wentz is the quarterback too, probably. Because Carson Wentz, very likely to just give you solid quarterback play. JJ McCarthy can either be really good or really bad. He's really good in the clutch moments when you need to get a win under 2 minutes, when you're losing, stuff like that. But it seems like just managing the offense at every other point in the game, it doesn't work. And Kevin O'Connell needs to find a way to calm him down and not throw every pass 110 miles an hour. Special teams penalties were still a really big issue. I believe we had 2 and almost got a third. One blindside block and one holding, I believe. And things aren't looking good for Matt Daniels, Coach Hatt, the special teams coordinator. Got to clean up those penalties because that hidden yardage absolutely adds up. It was an issue last year. It's seeming like it's going to be an issue this year. And if that, continues, I don't think Coach Hatt will be on the team much longer. A loser was the referees. We got called for a roughing the passer when the Ravens quarterback got a love tap on the forehead. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. Like, come on, let it go. Jesse Minter, the Ravens head coach, for some reason, was icing Will the Thrill Reichard in a preseason game for a field goal before halftime. It was 3-0. We were losing, allegedly. And there was like 4 seconds left in the half. There was 4 seconds left in the half. And they decided to ice Will Reichard. It's the preseason, dude. And it's not even like a game winner. Like, literally, why? It was literally just to tie the game. Like, it makes no sense. Then there was also the only touchdown of the game. Jacob Roberts' blue coverage left the guy wide open and the dude just walked into the end zone, so that wasn't very good. But yeah, the kind of takeaways from this game and overall thoughts, I think JJ McCarthy should start, at least 3 quarters next week. Sorry, I burped mid-sentence there. Maybe McCarthy 3 quarters, Brosmer 1 quarter. I think it's pretty clear and cut that Brosmer is going to be the one that gets cut, so you could even just not play him, or at least have him on the practice squad maybe. But Wentz doesn't need to play. He's a veteran. He's already proven that he's competent. He can run the offense just fine. But JJ does absolutely have something to prove. So I need to see a lot of JJ McCarthy in the Broncos game, hopefully, knocking on all the wood. And hopefully he does good. Really hoping we can clean up those penalties on special teams. The defense, if they keep doing their thing, we are going to be in for a great season. I mean, the defense has played great in both of these first 2 games, even with the second and third teams, only allowing a combined 26 points between these 2 games. But yeah, we allegedly lost, obviously. But you know, it's okay. It's the preseason. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and